Hello, I'm Barre Pinske. It's March 19th, 2014, and I would like to share with you my ideas for the Chester Festival Park. There's been a lot of talk recently in our town about economic stability, viability, economic development. Having moved here 6 years ago and put on a carving festival for the last 4 years, I'm real interested in how festivals and farmers markets and things like that, smaller incubator type things, can bring people to town and how our community can benefit from that. What I have done is looked into the possibility of acquiring 7.5 acres on the edge of town on our busy roadway, Route 103, in order to build this festival park. And I've made a tentative deal with the landowner for our community to be able to lease this land for 3 years with the intent of buying it after that. So what I'm hoping to do is get our town government to work together, perhaps with a nonprofit or an entity, maybe hire a management person, some way that we can acquire this land to have this festival park and grow our economic base through farmers markets, events, music, and fun functions. Now, David Pisha, our town manager, has included my ideas in his economic vitality and sustainability study that he made. I'm very grateful for that. It's really cool to know that your ideas are appreciated and considered vital. So this is a close-up of my model that I made. I apologize for the webcam jitteriness. So basically what I'd like to see happen is have a visitor center, which would be this little building here right off of the roadway. And that visitor center would include a picture of our beloved green downtown, so that people driving into town know that we have a town center and a green. Many of them head up Route 103 and miss the green. We would have a large roof structure to keep us out of the elements, primarily the wind and the rain, or the rain primarily. I'd like to have that be as large as possible. I believe this is 60 by 120. We would have a gravel parking lot that would hold 20 cars. And then what I'd like to do over here is have what I'd call Carver's Row, a shelter for chainsaw carvers for our carving festivals. They could pull up behind there, set up underneath the shelter with their carving, put their work out in front, and have a stage for music and theatrical performances. I've done some topography here, made a little bit of a hill there so it worked for seating, kind of like an amphitheater. I'd like to see much more greenery. This is 7.5 acres. I've made the scale of this is 1/2 inch equals 10 feet, so it was hard to make people and things. I'd like to have a sculpture park in the back here. Obviously we have walkways and a lot of green space. So that kind of gives you an idea of a possibility and how we could lay out the land for this festival park. Now I'm going to hang this back up again. So the question is, why a festival park? Well, in my opinion, this festival park can relate to economics with our community the same way that a convention center would with a larger city. I was in Hartford recently for the flower show. They have a beautiful convention center. It's amazing. And what does that do? A convention center brings people to town. I came from Chester, nearly 2 hours away, to go to Hartford to see a flower show. I was also down there for the gymnastics championships, which were wonderful. I got to see the girls that were in the Olympics the last Olympics. Some of them were competing, some of them were just there, plus the new men and women that are, or just women actually, that were competing to be on this next year's Olympic team, or the next Olympics. This was happening in Hartford. This could happen anywhere in the country. Hartford was able to secure that. All those people interested in gymnastics were in their city, staying in their inns, eating in their restaurants, and participating in their event. That brings business to town. And that's what I see happening with this. We've done the Chainsaw Carving Festival for 4 years. This last year, we had carvers from Germany come. So our little event, which we started across the roadway 4 years ago, has now grown into an international event. We had carvers here from Germany. It can and will grow more. And that's what I see happening here. We're able to utilize this area, planting seeds and doing different interesting cultural events in a public place. So if we have the Farmer Flea, obviously people would have to register with our town. They'd have to rent a space. They can sell their goods. The town makes money on the rentals. That helps pay for the maintenance of the property. We have a concert. The concert people pay to use the space. I do the carving festival. I get that for free because this was my idea. I'm willing to pay to utilize the space. We can do many things. Now, what are some ideas of different things we could do? We could do a logging festival. We could do dog trials. We could do car shows. We could do a barbecue cook-off. We could have an artisan cheese sort of thing. A brew fest with craft beers. The farmer's market. Any kind of a way that people can Farmer Flea, or a way that people art show, a way that people can bring their widgets and see how people respond to them. And this gets into the dollars and cents aspect of this. What's going to happen here? Well, we have times like Columbus Day weekend when I do my event where it's very busy. I can cull the roadway, have people come into my festival. I'm bringing people to town in a way, and it's cool having the carvers here from around the world, but our inns are already full, our restaurants are already full, and we're kind of overloading it even more. So part of my idea with this space and having things happen here annually is I could move my event to a date where I don't need to cull the roadway so much because we're going to be a draw. And then when the inns are less full, we can put people in the inns. When there are rooms in the restaurants, we can put people in the rooms. And that will bring in money for our town. And that's really the key. Now, if you got 20 or 30 people here with a farmer's market or a Farmer Flea or a little crafts sort of event, and they're making whatever widget that they're making, with this roadway here and this sort of visibility, I think that anyone with a good product should be able to put $300 in their pocket. You got 20 people in your community making arts and crafts, putting an extra $300 in their pocket over the weekend. That's a good thing. They're going to be able to go to the diner Monday morning and get some breakfast and sit with us and talk a little nonsense. They're going to be able to go to the hardware store. They're going to be able to take a little bite out of their water bill. Whatever they're going to do, they're going to have money in their pocket. That is the idea. Have it be like a convention center, have it bring business to town, have it put money in people's pockets. It's very difficult to open a store, run a business 24/7, 365. I think our culture has changed. A lot of our manufacturing has gone overseas. We're in a difficult time right now. There's not a lot of construction and things going on, which used to employ a lot of people. People need jobs. The government has talked about creating jobs. Well, a lot of what they do is lend people money. You know, I don't know what happens to that money. I don't know how many jobs are being created. But the nice thing about this is, if we build this, people can go there. They can sell their widget. They can put money in their pocket. It's a tangible thing. Now, the metaphor that I make with this is that Chester is like a flyway. Route 103 is like ducks flying by. The people fly by Friday night, they go home Sunday night. I call a lot of stragglers here on Mondays. Mondays are a really good business day for me. we would be wise to be open Friday nights. We'd be wise to be open Sunday nights. We'd be wise to hunt the ducks when the ducks are here. But what this does here, it gives us an opportunity to present ourselves, what we are as a town with the people coming by. It gives us a chance to put aside us, promote our next event. With a visitor center, it can get some of those ducks to land in our decoys here. They come in, they see a picture of the town green in our visitor center that only has stuff about Chester, a little history of our town. It gets people to go to the Historical Society and see what's going on. People are now stopped. They're out walking their dog. They might go across the street to the Heritage Deli and Bakery and get lunch, or down to the diner and get lunch, or go to the antique store. Once they're stopped, they're more likely to hop from lily pad to lily pad like a frog than if they're just flying by down 103 because nothing's really pulling them in and they don't know we have a charming green in our town. So that's kind of the concept in a nutshell here. Utilize the flyway through promotion. Try to get the ducks to land in the decoys. Get them to come around and share in what we have going on in our existing businesses in our town. Be an incubator here for new business. I think that if somebody makes a certain sort of a widget, let's say they're making fancy wooden flutes, and they want to get a new lathe, and by coming here they're selling their flutes, and they go to the Economic Development Committee and they say, look, I need a new lathe. The lathe I want is $5,000. They can get a micro loan from the Economic Development. They can and they can get help to grow, and maybe they'll end up with a shop, on the green, or buying a house along Route 103 here with a shop. I would really like to help people figure out how they can make a living and how they can grow their business, and I think that our town government can help make that happen. We could put money in the pockets of our citizens by creating this venue so that they have a place to go and sell their things. And by incorporating festivals, we're going to put people in rooms, we're going to put people in restaurants. All of that is going to encourage, better employees, because we have more business, more training, higher pay, a little bit more diversity in foods, and greater opportunities. So I don't know if I missed anything here, but I hope that people grasp the concept. I hope that they realize this is a community thing for people in the community. What I kind of propose here is like having a vessel. I bring a vessel here. Everybody has a flower. They put the flowers in it, and we have a beautiful arrangement. This is not about me. This is not about my ideas. This is about everybody having an opportunity to benefit from something that we do as a group. We're a town, we're part of a county, we're part of a state, we're part of a federal government, we're incorporating agriculture with the farmers market, we're incorporating arts and theater, arts with a sculpture park, we're incorporating business. We should be able to get some grant money, we should be able to get funding. We got to lift every cushion we can find and get all the change we can put together and work hard to make this a reality. Okay, so any questions you have, email me, barrepinske@hotmail.com, barrepinske@hotmail.com. I'll get back to you. I'm going to be speaking at the Selectmen's meeting tonight. Hopefully we can get some positive feedback from them. And if we get a little buzz within our community, we can get the cornfield turned over to grass this summer and work to move forward with a viable plan. Thank you very much.